Fans, welcome to Swain County High School here on a beautiful, breezy afternoon as we have what is always the Conference Classic here on the Smoky Mountain Conference. We're talking about the Swain High Lady Devils and the Murphy Lady Bulldogs first out of the ball game as our Lady Devils get it done on defense. And a good play, grounder over to shortstop. And didn't take long to get that one knocked down. Good play over there by our shortstop. And that's Gabby Jones right over to first base. And that's going to be out number one to Shanika Talster. And again, leading off was McKenna Jones for the Lady Bulldogs of Murphy High School. Again, a really, really nice afternoon. Pitch in for a strike. And right there in the circle today is going to be Carrie Jones for our Lady Devils, who is having a really, really good season, pitching and hitting. By the way, she is 2-2 pitching with a 4.2 ERA this season, and that pitches in for a ball. But a sterling 2-0 in conference games this year for Carrie Jones, and an unbelievable .7 ERA in conference games, and that is an incredible stat indeed. Pitch in low for a ball. That's 2 balls now on the second hitter here, Mincy McGill for the Lady Bulldogs, and they are coming in at just lost their first game yesterday, not a conference game. They lost to Polk County, and so they are 5-1 on the year, but they're 5-0 more importantly in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Pitch a little high and outside. It's going to be ball 3. So Murphy trying to get their first base runner here in the top of the first inning. And again, if we can hold on to our rosters and our information that was so incredibly supplied as always by Toby Burrell, we'll try to pass along some of those stats as we can. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. But again, a beautiful afternoon. I know when we first arrived here on campus, the temperature was 72 degrees, but now we have had some clouds roll in, and the wind has really picked up. So it's very breezy, which makes it feel a lot cooler, but it's still a really nice day. Pitch low for a ball. That's going to be ball 4. Our first base runner of the day is going to be Mitzi McGill for the Lady Bulldogs Murphy. So again, they have one on here in the top of the first inning. Batting now is going to be Avery Satterfield. She is their starting shortstop, number 14, for, of course, the Lady Bulldogs in their traditional black and gold. Pitch in. There's a line right by shortstop. That's going to be a base hit. Just a good base hit for Satterfield. So the first hit of the day now, and all of a sudden Murphy with 2 runners on. And again, big conference game today. We're both undefeated in conference play. Our Lady Devils, of course, coming in. Having a really, really good season. Undefeated in conference play. Murphy 5-0 in conference play. So we're 3-0. And right there with us, Hiawassee Dam. Hard shot to the shortstop. On over to third base. Get the lead runner. And that's the plan as always, as Lauren Allen just grounded in to a fielder's choice. So now 2 out. Runners on first and second for Murphy. And a good play over there by our shortstop, Gabby Jones, only a sophomore. And she played that perfectly. Just flipped it on over to third base. Over there for a good play down at third. And that was Adriana Kaler. There's a foul ball behind the plate. But again, it's just so good to be on the airwaves here. I know Joe Holt and I believe Jeff Marr have put together one baseball broadcast on the season. And the weather has just been horrendous trying to put together any kind of baseball and softball broadcasting this year. Pitch outside for a ball now. From, again, our starting pitcher, Carrie Jones, who is in the circle this afternoon. We can't say on the mound as we do in baseball lingo. It's in the circle for softball. Of course, Murphy always a tough opponent. There's a hard shot to second base, on over to first, and that's going to be out 3. So Murphy leaves 2 stranded here in the top of the first inning as our Lady Devils settle down, and good defense backing up the stellar pitching of Carrie Jones here in the top of the first inning. So they leave 2, and it's still scoreless as our Lady Devils will come to bat here on the bottom of the first inning after we take this timeout. Lady Devils will bat here on the bottom of the first inning, and it's going to be Carrie Jones, who has already had a busy first inning as she put the Lady Bulldogs of Murphy down with no runs on the top of the first inning, and she's going to lead us off here, and she is having a phenomenal season at the plate, hitting 700 in conference play in 3 conference games, 700 at the plate, hitting .435 overall, and obviously if you know anything about softball or baseball, those are incredible numbers here for Carrie Jones. One of our seniors pitch in for a strike. On deck is going to be Aaron Jenkins, and Sydney Call will be hitting third here in the bottom of the first inning. Here on, again, a very windy afternoon. All of a sudden, about an hour ago, the sun was out and there was very little breeze, and all of a sudden we have clouds and a lot of breeze. There's a slap hit right by the pitcher, by the shortstop, into center field, and that's just going to be a good base hit by Carrie Jones. Getting it done to help her own efforts in the circle today is Carrie getting on here to lead us off in the bottom of the first inning, and now it's going to be our sophomore left fielder Aaron Jenkins coming in hitting .211 with Sydney Call on deck. But again, some really good seniors on this team. Talking about Carrie Jones and Taylor Schuler, who will be batting a little later. Adriana Kaler, one of our three seniors. Some really good senior leadership and some very good youth on this team. As a matter of fact, looking at the starting lineup, we have 5 sophomores: Aaron Jenkins, Sydney Call, Gabby Jones, Briar Buchanan, Callan Brown, and also a freshman, Shani Catalster, down at first base. So a good mix. There's another slap hit. This one a second on to second base. The shortstop covering over there to cut down the lead runner. So the force play at second. And that's going to give us one out with one on. Sydney Call batting now, having a great year with 8 RBIs, hitting .409 is Sydney. As she gets a last-minute word from head coach Toby Burrell over in the box at third base. One on. Again, no run has scored here this afternoon over in the baseball game. Murphy leads right now 1-0 there in the first inning. But I tell you, the Murphy boys are very, very good this year. Our Maroon Devil baseball team, very, very young. I think they're very talented, but again, very young. A lot of sophomores off the glove of the pitcher, over to second base, on to second on the flip, and on to first trying to get 2. They don't, but they do get the lead runner. Good play down there by the second baseman for Murphy, Alicia Ryder, as she picked it up off the glove of the pitcher, J.C. Schwam, and was able to make the play at second base to get our lead runner down there. So now it's going to be Sydney Call hitting. Oh, check that. That's going to be Shani Catalster. So down at first base is Sydney Call with Shani batting now. 2 out and 1 on. Shani, our freshman, down at first base, hitting .333. What a good freshman campaign for Shani here. Pitch in for a strike. Again, getting back to first base is Sydney Call. One thing about this Lady Devil softball team, they like to run. We have some girls on this team who can run, and they are not afraid to do that. There's a shot that's going to be in for at least a base hit into left center field. Left fielder comes on for the play. Throw into third base, going to be close, but everybody winds up safe. And down there with a double is going to be Shani Catalster. So, again, a really good shot right into shallow left field, and that's going to be our second base hit of the day. So now Taylor Schuler is going to be batting with a really good scoring opportunity. 2 outs, though, with runners on second and third. And there's a shot into right field. It's going to be in for at least 1 run. We have Shani rounding third. Going to be a play at the plate, and she's going to be out. Oh, that was close. Oh, that was close. I mean, that was probably the right call. Shani was coming around and had a really good chance to score, but just couldn't beat that throw. It was a good throw in from the right fielder out there. Cassie Coker put it right on the money to home plate. But the Lady Devils take the early lead after 1 inning. It's Swain 1, Murphy 0. We'll be right back. Fans, welcome back as our Lady Devils are going to be giving up the first hit of the top of the second inning as the Murphy girls have J.C. Swam, their pitcher, on with a base hit here. So both teams are hitting the ball here in the early going. We've seen base runners by both teams early, and now they're going to have a pinch runner coming in for Schwam, their pitcher. So pinch runner coming in, and the pinch runner is going to be Lexi Allison, number 15, down at first base. And we'll see if Murphy is like our Lady Devils in that regard, and the fact that our Lady Devils do like to run. Pitch in for a ball. Again, Carrie Jones out there in the pitcher circle. Murphy yet to get on the board. Our Lady Devils lead it 1-0. And it's always, pardon the pun, a dogfight when we play Murphy. It seems like every game that Joe Holt and I have had the pleasure of broadcasting over the last several years against Murphy, it always comes down to the last inning. It seems like it's always a one-run game. And it's the same thing when we go to their place. It's always a tight, close, hard game. Throw it down to second, a little high. It's going to be into center field. So, fortunately for our Lady Devils coming on, center field backing up second base was Briar Buchanan to hold the runner down at second base. So now Murphy with a runner at second and nobody out as Caitlin Clement is hitting. On deck is going to be Alicia Ryder. And their head coach, Dwight Henry, down at third base. It was kind of funny. I had a chance to sit in and talk with Coach Henry and Coach Burrell before the game. And as you know, Coach Henry had two daughters come up at Murphy High School, and they were both just outstanding players. And I asked him if he had any more daughters, and unfortunately he said, I do not. But he said if I'd have known that my two daughters were going to be that good, I'd had some more. So anyway, he's always a lot of fun to talk to, and they're good folks. But he had two outstanding daughters who played high, pop right down to second base. Oh! Wow, talking about hanging onto the ball. What a play over there at second base by Sydney Call. As she got it, it popped out of her glove, and she actually cradled it in her elbow to to hang on to that ball. But right there with her, just in case, was right fielder Taylor Schuler. She was right there to grab it, I think, in case it popped loose. So both girls on the spot for a good defensive play. So, that was close. Alicia Ryder hitting now for Murphy. Swing and a miss, big cut, nothing but air. And Cassie Coker is going to be on deck. So after that pop over at second base by Caitlin Clement, Ryder, their starting second baseman, hitting now with a runner at second for Murphy. Pitch gets by, runner hustles on down to third. That's pinch runner Lexi Allison for Murphy. And now she's over there with their head coach, Dwight Henry. But again, we appreciate you for tuning in, whether you're listening on the internet or on your possibly your phone app. A quick update on the boys' baseball game in the second inning. Murphy leads 1-0. And it's the same score here, except our Swain girls lead 1-0 in the top of the second. But again, both teams have had their opportunities to put another run or two possibly on the scoreboard. Swing and a miss again. Good pitch from Carrie Jones. As we mentioned, she is really outstanding this year in conference play. 2-0 with a .7 ERA. We're 3-0 overall in the conference. So is Hiawassee Dam 3-0. And Murphy is 5-0 in conference play. So you can tell from that it's basically a three-team race in the softball girls division. Our Lady Devils, Hiawassee Dam, and Murphy. Well, we got Murphy today. We got Hiawassee Dam coming up on Thursday, weather permitting. Here's a shot into center field. It's going to be caught. Good play out there. Again, our center fielder is really covers the ground, and getting that done out there is Briar Buchanan. Good work in center field. 2 down now. And batting is the bottom of the lineup, and Cassie Coker, who is their starting right fielder for the Lady Bulldogs. And on deck is going to be the top of the lineup, and McKenna Jones. Again, a very windy day. So if a ball is heading to the outfield, it could really be good for the batters if it's blowing out, because we do have a brisk wind. Pitch in for a strike. Carey gets it in there on the outside corner. Murphy again, still a runner down at third base with 2 out now. But as I was talking earlier, 3-team race here in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Our Lady Devils, Murphy, and Hiawassee Dam. Pitch low in the dirt for a ball. And we all play each other this week. I think Coach Henry said Murphy plays Hiawassee Dam possibly tomorrow or maybe Friday. And our Lady Devils will play Hiawassee Dam on Thursday. So the undefeateds all play each other this week. There's going to be a ball 4. So now Murphy with runners on the corners as Cassie Coker is on with a second walk of the day for Murphy. And McKenna Jones, their leadoff batter, hitting. She grounded to the shortstop last time. And let's see if we can come up with out number 3 and keep Murphy off the scoreboard here on the top of the second inning as we have a 1-0 lead. Again, quick runners on the corners. You can look for Cassie Coker to take off, and she does to second base. No throw with a runner at third. An update in baseball. They're in the second inning, and it's right now Murphy 1-0, and our Maroon Devils are coming to bat in the bottom of the second. Pitch in for a ball now to leadoff hitter McKenna Jones. On deck is going to be Mincy McGill. But again, Murphy threatening here with runners at second and third. Pitch in, fouled off for no play. Bounced off the backstop, and a good catch back there by Callan Brown, our sophomore catcher. Unfortunately, they don't count when they hit the fence. Don't get to make that out 3. Swing and a miss for a strike 2. Carey has had Murphy swinging at the ball. One thing about it, Murphy aggressive at the plate today. They've been coming up with the bats ready. They're not looking for any freebies. They're coming up aggressive at the plate today, but a typical Murphy team. Foul ball again. But our Lady Devils really coming into the season, we're potentially thinking about maybe a transition year with, 3 seniors and a lot of underclassmen, especially in the sophomore class. But this group has really played well. High, hard shot. This one could be out of here, and it is by a long shot. That is a 3-run homer off the bat of McKenna Jones. A 3-run home run, and that clears the bases. And when that left the bat, there was no doubt that thing almost hit the building in the air. That was one of the deepest balls, honestly, I've seen hit at our softball field. And that one, of course, the wind blowing out, that really helps. If you've got a ball in the air, it's gonna carry it some, and it did. It carried that one all the way to the wall, so to speak, just to the left of our scoreboard. And now all of a sudden it's a 3-1 at Murphy lead off the bat of McKenna Jones. A 3-run homer. Mincy McGill batting now, bases empty. But what a power shot into, that was just straightaway center field, about as straightaway as you can get. Off the bat, it's going to be a foul ball off McGill, but that ball went right over, if you're familiar with our softball field, it went right over the gates out in straightaway center field and basically hit the building on one hop. It was a shot. Shot down to second base, on over to first. Easy play from down to second base for our Lady Devils. A nice scoop by Sydney Call, and right over to Shani Catalster for out number 3. But Murphy gets on the board with a 3-run power shot, and they lead 3-1. But we'll be back in the bottom of the second after this timeout. Fans, welcome back on a beautiful afternoon here at Swain County High School as we're batting now on the bottom of the second. As we mentioned, a big 3-run shot by Murphy in the top of the second gave them the lead here after we led 1-0. So it's a 3-1 ball game now, but let's see if we can get it back. As there's a shot right up center field. That's the way to start off the bottom of the second inning, as Adriana Kaler is leading it off. And what a nice shot right up the alley. So a base hit to lead us off. And Adriana having a good season, hitting .286, one of our 3 seniors. And she is on to try to get this game tied up and maybe even take the lead. Pitch in the dirt now from Schwalm. As now at the plate is going to be Gabby Jones, our sophomore shortstop. And on deck is going to be Caitlin Dills, our designated player. Pitch in for a strike as the catcher comes up ready to fire down to first base, just in case Adriana decided to take off. But again, lots of good baseball and softball here this afternoon at Swain County High School. Pitch just inside, missing. And again, their pitcher this afternoon is J.C. Schwalm, number 24, who got on with a base hit when she had her time at bat, but now she's back in the circle trying to keep us off the bases. Over in baseball, it's a 1-0 game as Murphy is getting ready to bat in the top of the third inning, and the wind is blowing fiercely right basically from home plate to center field. That's one of the reasons why we think that the 3-run homer by McKenna Jones a moment ago was hit so deep. The wind really carried it. Pitch in for another ball now. Good eye down there as Gabby Jones is now going to be, that is a good eye. She just picked up ball 4. So Gabby is on, 2 runners on, and no out. As Coach Toby Burrell has a word, as coming up to the plate now is going to be number 32. Batting is going to be Caitlin Dills, our junior designated player, hitting .200 on the season. And again, nobody out here in the bottom of the second inning. Murphy leads 3-1. But a lot of softball still to come here. And we expect some more offensive fireworks for sure. Pitch in for a ball from Swain. Field looks really good this afternoon. It's been such a crazy spring with snow and rain and just nasty weather at every turn. The schedule is just total chaos. Swing and a miss. So the baseball and softball coaches in Western North Carolina have really had a hard season trying to get games in, trying to get them made up. And so basically your regular schedule at the start of the season has been changed a lot. Coming up this week, for example, we have Hiawassee Dam on Thursday, Robbinsville on Friday, weather permitting. And they're already calling for rain Thursday and Friday. And pitch in for a strike. Talking about that, we have found out that if you're planning to go to Hiawassee Dam Thursday and we play, weather permitting, the game is, I think, at the Ranger Community Center, something like that. It's not actually at the high school. Ground ball for a foul. So we found out the girls are not playing at the high school at Hiawassee Dam. It's over, I think, the Ranger Community Center, just out past Ranger a little ways. You know where Ranger is? Go to the Grizzly Bear at the stoplight. Keep going straight on 64. There's a hard shot to shortstop. She can't handle it. Everybody is safe. Bases loaded. Nobody out. And that was a well-hit ball by Caitlin Dills. That one had some stuff on it. Right off the glove of their shortstop over there, Avery Satterfield. So what a golden opportunity now. Bases are loaded. Bases are loaded. And a run-scoring opportunity for our Lady Devils. Stepping in now, digging in at the plate, is going to be 21, Briar Buchanan, hitting 167, our sophomore center fielder. There's a hard shot, just foul, though, on the third base side. We've already seen some good defensive play from Briar today. Again, this team loaded with sophomores. Again, Callan Brown, Briar Buchanan, Gabby Jones, Sydney Call, Aaron Jenkins. Those are some of your starters who are sophomores. Pitch in for a ball. Of course, talking about our seniors, Carrie Jones, Taylor Schuler, Adriana Kaler, our seniors this year. We'll talk some more about our freshmen and juniors. Pitch in for a strike with the bases loaded. Not a whole lot of juniors on this year's squad. Again, Briar Buchanan and Caitlin Dills, according to the roster, are, one roster says sophomore, one says juniors. But anyway, back to live action. Ground ball to second base. Easy play at second. Stepping on the bag down there is their second baseman, Alicia Ryder. So we get the forced play, but we get the run. That right now is a very important thing. So an RBI down there on the fielder's choice by Briar Buchanan. Top of the lineup, and here we go as Carrie Jones is back in the box. Pitch in for a strike. Throw to the pitcher on to third. Got to hang up at third and scoring. Good base running, but now we're gonna be safe everywhere. How about that? Talk about a double steal. We had the runner going from third, the runner going from second. The run counts. We have a tie game, and the runner is safe at third. That is, we were talking about the aggressive base running, and Briar Buchanan, whew, that was close at third. I really think that one could have gone either way. We might have got a break on that. That's all I'm going to say. But that was very close at third base. But the run did count. And again, aggressive, outstanding base running. So now let's see if Kerry Jones can help us out with the ball in play to get the go-ahead run. Right now it is 3-3 in the bottom of the second. Pitch in for a strike. But if we could get a base hit, we could have a 4-3 lead. Over in baseball, it's 1-0 Murphy as the Bulldogs are batting. Top of the third inning. Pitch in. There's a little pop off the top of our dugout. But again, be sure and pay attention to the website and the Facebook info regarding weather-related baseball and softball later in the week, as weather is, again, potentially a problem Thursday and Friday. We hope everybody gets to play. Pitch high for a ball. Again, Schwalm is really throwing a lot of pitches here in the inning for Murphy. In the bottom of the second, she's had to throw some pitches here. And our Lady Devils have stormed back to tie this game. There's a ground ball to second base. On over to first base. That's going to be the out, but the run scores, and we take the lead. So again, Kerry Jones will the fielder's choice grounder at second base. But an RBI. And that is the big thing right now with a 4-3 lead. Our Lady Devils in front with Aaron Jenkins hitting, our sophomore left fielder. Hitting .211, hit into a force play last time. But again, a lot of youth. We've been talking about that on our softball and baseball teams this year. There's a bunt attempt going foul. And we have some very talented youth on our softball and baseball teams, and that really bodes well for the future. And right now, it's not bad in the present. There's another foul ball as our Lady Devils are coming in 3-0 in conference play. Hiawassee Dam is 3-0. Murphy technically in first place. They're 5-0 because they played 5 conference games. They lost their first game of the season yesterday. They were 5-0 overall, but lost to Polk County yesterday. So they're 5-1 overall, 5-0 in conference play. Our Lady Devils are 3-0 overall in conference play. And on down to first base, that's going to be out number 3. So another ground ball. But again, our Lady Devils come back here in the bottom of the second, and it's a typical Murphy Swain shootout. 4-3, our Lady Devils in the lead. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Swain County High School, fans, as we're seeing Murphy hit here on the top of the third inning. Over in the baseball game, they're in the third inning, and it's right now 3-0 Murphy, as they had a 2-run double just a moment ago out in right center field. That allowed Murphy to strengthen their 1-0 lead to a 3-0 lead. And our Lady Devils came back and did it with a small ball, if you will. I know that's an overused term in baseball and softball, but we got it done with 3 runs in the bottom of the second. There's a base hit right over shortstop for Murphy as they lead off the top of the third inning. So Murphy comes right back, and what else is new? Avery Satterfield is 2 for 2 on the day. She had a single her first time and did it again. Batting now is going to be Lauren Allen, who got on with the fielder's choice last time, and following her, Elizabeth Wiley, who grounded to second base. Murphy's runs, the power style. There's a base hit into left field. Getting in front of it over there. Good play by our left fielder. Knocking it down, Aaron Jenkins getting it back into the infield. So now Murphy all of a sudden runners on first and second. And coming to bat now is going to be Elizabeth Wiley. So they lead off with a couple of base hits. Again, their runs coming off a 3-run homer off McKenna Jones earlier in the ball game in the second inning. Swing and a miss. Kerry Jones got that one by her. But again, as we mentioned, coming into the game, we thought it would be a heck of a game. It normally is when Swain and Murphy get together, and this one is no different so far today. Runners first and second. And unfortunately for our Lady Devils, no out so far. The wind is calming down a little, but just as I say that, it comes right back at us, and it's blowing out. There's a shot. That one's going to hit the fence in right center field. Murphy will have one run in. They will have they're going to stick with one run. Throw gets by home plate, but everybody else stops. And a stand-up double out there that hit the fence again. A big hit by Elizabeth Wiley. So again, Murphy now with a run in to tie it here in the third, and they still have runners on second and third. And we got to figure out a way to get them out here. As again, Murphy is hitting the ball very well as their pitcher, J.C. Swain, is going to be at the plate now. Caitlin Clement is going to be on deck for the Dwight Henry coached Lady Bulldogs of Murphy High School. There's a right at the shortstop. Good catch over there. Easy out. Got one down now. Is getting a glove on over there. A shortstop, Gabby Jones. Murphy now brings Caitlin Clement to the plate. She popped out to second base last time. Let's see if she can do that again. That would help our defense tremendously here in this game that's all tied at 4-4. Pitch in for a strike. One thing about Carrie, she's given up a couple of walks today, but for the most part, her pitches have been right in the zone, right in the strike zone. She's had some good stuff today. Pitch in, swing and a miss. There's a strike. We even see Teddy Green over there in front of our home dugout with his camera in hand, hopefully giving our Lady Devils some well-earned press time in the Smoky Mountain Times. On over to first, and that's going to be an out. But a good job over there by our second baseman. Sydney Call did the right thing. She grabbed the ball, she held it, watched the runner at third base, almost daring her to run, and then at the last second, flipped it on over to first base to Shaney and got the out. So 2 down. But again, she held the runner at third. That was the big key on that defensive play. That's just good heads-up play there, and that's good coaching. And we are really blessed with good coaches on this Lady Devil softball team, as we have been for so many years under head coach Toby Burrell. There is a high pop-up. Our right fielder camps under it. She's got it. And Murphy leads the runners on base. Good catch out there in right field. Number 15, Taylor Schuler, flags it down. And we have now played 2.5, and we're tied at 4-4. We're hitting, though, in the bottom of the third. We'll be right back. Fans, here we go. The wind is blowing, and we have a fantastic game here brought to you here on the Maroon Devils Network. And what a game. It's all tied at 4-4. We're in the bottom of the third inning, and let's see if we can get some more runs. That's been the name of the game today. Another well-hit ball. This one is going to go all the way to the fence on a one-hop, and all the way into second base with a stand-up double is going to be Sydney Call. We have seen some balls that were well hit today, and helping their effort, the wind has been blowing out most of the day. We've seen already 2 balls hit the fence. We've seen a 3-run homer that hit the building, and the wind is really carrying the ball out of here today. So 3 well hit balls today, and fortunately we've had a couple of those. So Sydney Call leads us off with a stand-up double at second base. Sydney had grounded to second her first time, but now a big stand-up double. Shani Catalster had a good hit last time and wound up with a double down at second base. So let's see if Shani can do it again. She definitely has the power. Shani Catalster hitting .333, our freshman first baseman, as she digs back in against their pitcher this afternoon, and that is J.C. Schwam. Pitch high, and that's going to wind up with a free base down to third. Easy down there is, again, the double off the bat of Sydney Call, and she winds up down at third base in scoring opportunity already. Shaney digs back in. Nobody out. Runner at third. Pitch in for a strike. Over in baseball, it's 3-1. Our Maroon Devils have got a run on the scoreboard, and plus we have runners on second and third with only one out here in the bottom of the third inning. So we have the tying runs on base here against a very good Murphy team. There's a foul ball over on the left field bank. And again, what an offensive day we've had. Murphy didn't score in the bottom of the first, but both teams have scored in every inning since then. There's a high pop-up. This one's going to be out of play as well. But again, we appreciate you for watching and listening this afternoon. Again, you can hear the wind, I'm sure.
Hit it now.
It is, yeah, hit it now, because this wind will really carry it if you get the ball up in the air. There's another foul ball that's going to be out of play. But literally, we've seen 3 balls that were well hit, 2 to the fence on one hop, and again, a 3-run homer off the bat of Murphy's McKenna Jones that really took off. But again, the wind is blowing out. It's a hitter's wind. Another foul ball. I tell you, Shaney is hanging in there. She is making Schwam really work. She's hit about 3 or 4 foul balls here with 2 strikes. But she is aggressive at the plate. And again, J.C. Schwam in the circle today for Murphy. They're 5-0 in conference play, 5-1 overall. Here comes the pitch. And it's going to be oh, did she get a piece of it? Apparently so, but the catcher picked it up and tagged her, but I think they're going to say that was just a foul tip, so it is not an out. So the ball was tipped by Shaney. On deck behind her is going to be Taylor Schuler, who has 6 RBIs on the season. She may get another chance to have some more RBIs here in a minute. Oh, there's a call, 3rd strike, and I know Shaney's not happy about that, but she heads back to the dugout. And I believe, I could be totally wrong, but my unofficial stats have that as the first strikeout of the day by either pitcher. Now, believe me, that is rare. But both teams have been getting up and just getting after the ball. And as you saw, Shaney hit a bunch of foul balls. So both teams very aggressive at the plate. There's a slap hit down to second base. She can't handle it. Run scores. Runner is on. Everybody safe. And we get the lead back at 5-4. So again, a well-hit ball there. Second baseman couldn't quite pull it in. Alicia Ryder down there. And down at first base now is going to be Taylor Schuler. And again, she is on. And one of the few errors we have seen today. For the most part, both defenses have been very tough. Back to the pitcher, down to second. That's going to be a forced play on to first. Ooh, that was close, but not in time for a double play. As the forced play at second will send Taylor back to the dugout off the bat of Adriana. So now we have a runner at first and a couple out. Gabby Jones batting, our sophomore shortstop. Got on with a walk last time. Pitch in for a ball. And talking about walks, we've only had, again, unofficially 3 walks today. They have had 2 runners get on with a freebie. We've had 1 on with a walk. Pitch in the dirt low. But again, when we play Murphy, we just we don't come in expecting any kind of a 5-inning game. We know this one's going to go right down to the final out. And it has been that way time after time after time. Ground ball to third, on to first, and that's going to be out number 3. We leave 1, but we get 1. And we take the lead at 5-4. We've played 3 with lots of softball coming up. Fans, welcome back. We're hanging on to our rosters and our notes here as the wind is just blowing fiercely this afternoon. Again, it's a hitter's wind. It's blowing, if you're behind the dugout in the softball stadium here, the wind is blowing toward the outfield. It's a little different in baseball, but not much. It's a hitter's wind. It's blowing out here this afternoon, blowing out toward the outfield. And the first pitch is going to be in for a strike. off the good right arm of our senior pitcher, Kerry Jones, in the circle this afternoon. Again, Murphy batting now. We're in the top of the fourth, and it is a classic 5-4 ball game. We lead. There's an attempted bunt. This one is going to be no good, though, as Murphy is trying to tie this one up and maybe even regain the lead. Let's see if they can do that. Both teams, as we mentioned, have scored every inning except the bottom of the first when Murphy was held scoreless. Pitch in from Kerry. Again, a foul ball, and we have seen plenty of those today. This is Cassie Coker batting now, who got on with a walk last time, and the dangerous bat of McKenna Jones is on deck. She is responsible, for the most part, for 3 of their 4 runs. So we'll see what she can do next time. There's a pop. It's going to be tough. Second base. Oh, not tough at all. Good range out there for our second baseman, Sydney Call, who got a good jump on it and pulled it in for the out. So good job by Sydney here to hold Cassie Walker to a pop down at second base. 1 down now. And again, McKenna Jones, who hit a shot over straightaway center in the second inning that gave Murphy a brief lead. There's a pitch in for a strike from Kerry. On deck is going to be Mincy McGill, but again, McKenna Jones hit a bomb to straightaway center. Of course, the wind really grabbed it, but it was well hit and cleared the fence with no trouble at all. So Kerry Jones obviously respectful of her bat. Mincy McGill on deck, and nobody on base right now. With 1 down, pitch low in the dirt for a ball over on the baseball diamond. It's 3-2. Our Maroon Devils closing the gap on Murphy. Murphy in the lead, 3-2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. As a matter of fact, we're hitting now with a chance to tie or take the lead against, again, a good Murphy team. Hard shot to short, on over to first. Good play. Our shortstop gets it done. Gabby Jones on over to Shani Catalster. So that's 2 down. So the big bat of McKenna Jones grounds to shortstop. That's her second grounder to shortstop today, by the way. And now hitting is going to be Mincy McGill, who has walked and grounded to second in 2 times. Now 2 out and nobody on. Let's see if we can hold Murphy scoreless here on the top of the 4th for only the second time in this game. We held them to a goose egg in the first. Let's see if we can do it again. And again, the wind is still blowing toward the outfield. Our broadcast booth here is just outside the right field fence. That one just missing for a ball. And the wind is basically, for the most part today, blowing right in our face. As again, we're trying to hang on to our notes and our equipment here. It has been a very, very strong wind. Pitch in. Kerry brings it. That's a strike. So 2 out, nobody on, and a 5-4. Lady Devil lead over on the baseball game. Got a runner on second base now with no out as Murphy leads 3-2. So the tying run is on in baseball. Foul ball here in our softball contest. But again, a very, very strong wind blowing all afternoon. And it's been very cloudy as well. The outfielders and infielders as well, not having to deal with the sun in their face like sometimes we do. Ground ball to second base. That one is going to be knocked down. Good play on over to first, and it's going to be an out. What a great play over there at second base as Sydney Call knocks it down on her knees, makes a throw, and we hold Murphy scoreless here in the 4th inning. So after 3.5, it's Swain 5, Murphy 4. We'll be back. Fans, welcome back. Here we go. Bottom of the 4th inning. We have a 1-run lead, but that is very tenuous, as you know. Anytime Swain and Murphy are getting together to play, that can go out the window in a hurry. And here's Caitlin Dills at the plate. Caitlin had a big single last time up. Let's see if she can duplicate that right to the shortstop. She can't handle it, so Caitlin is on again. So Caitlin Dills again on down at first base. And I'm not the official scorekeeper, but I would have to say that is probably a base hit. The shortstop made a good effort over there, but just couldn't make the play. And now coming on to replace her as a runner this afternoon is going to be Alicia Green. well, another one of our sophomores on this very young Maroon Devil team, led by 3 seniors. But again, freshman and sophomore players up and down the roster. Very young. Over in the baseball diamond, I think we have some good news. I think we have just tied the game against Murphy. Don't see it on the scoreboard, but I think we're going to see that change in a moment. As I was just watching while we're awaiting the next batter step in for our Lady Devils. And that's going to be Briar Buchanan, our center fielder, who has really been on target today. Hitting 167 last time up. Hit into a fielder's choice, grounder to second. This is a slow grounder to third. On to first. It's going to be close, but in time for out number 2. So 2 down. And now we go to the top of the lineup, and Carrie Jones, who has a big single today and also an RBI. She had a grounder to second base last time up, but it knocked in a run. So she got a key RBI on that one, and we need every run. As you know, it's a 1-run game at 5-4. There's a shot to second base, on to first, and that's going to be the out over at first base. So a quick bang play for Carrie off the first pitch. But again, we have a runner down at third now with 2 down. Let's see if we can get one more run in off the bat of Erin Jenkins, another sophomore. Number 25 playing left field, hitting .211 this year. Grounded out last time. But she digs in. Again, a very aggressive bunch of Lady Devil hitters. She hits a grounder to second. The second baseman can't handle it. And the run scores, and we have a 6-4 lead. Good job, and again, quick running and scoring the run. Getting it done at the plate is Alicia Green, as we have 1 run here in the bottom of the 4th inning with 2 out. And those sometimes, I don't know why, but they seem to be even a little sweeter when you can score 1 with 2 out. There's a ground ball to second base again, and again, a tough play at second, and the second baseman can't come up with it. Having a tough time over there this afternoon, Alicia Ryder, but again, a ball off her glove that I don't think she really had a play on that one, as Sydney Call is on, and Sydney has had a really good day at the plate, a double, a single. And now coming up is going to be Shani Catalster. She hung in there last time and fouled off a bunch of pitches before going down on a strikeout, but she had a big double her first time today that got us on the scoreboard and got her down at second base. Pitch in for a ball. We have runners at first and second, a 6-4 lead. 2 out here on the bottom of the 4th inning. Over in baseball, it's tied at 3-3. We have runners at second and third in baseball with 2 out. Here in softball, pitch in the dirt, and our runners will advance. Everybody is safe. And again, a lot of pitches today for pitcher J.C. Schwam of Murphy. So some really good activity this afternoon in baseball and softball. Well hit ball right by the third baseman. It's going to be 1 run in. The throw is going to be coming in to home, and the runners will stay at first and third. And we have another run and a big RBI off the bat of Shani Catalster. So now a 7-4 Lady Devil lead as we're 3-0 in the conference. Murphy is 5-0 in the conference. We're right there with Hiawassee Dam, who is 3-0 in the conference. And as our Lady Devils increase our lead, how about the Maroon Devil boys? They lead Murphy 5-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning as we're in the bottom of the 4th inning. Our girls lead 7-4. Our boys lead 5-3. Both games in the bottom of the 4th inning. So some good news to pass on to you, whether you're, again, watching on your phone, on your computer. There's a shot up the middle. It's going to be another base hit and another run in for our Lady Devils. Wow, we're getting it done at the plate here. A big single from Taylor Schuler and an RBI. Adriana Kaler is coming up to bat now, and we are really hitting the ball well now, an 8-4 lead. 3 runs here in the 4th inning. and still scoring opportunities. 2 out runners on first and second. Pitch in, ground ball. That's another base hit. Our Lady Devils getting it done. Throw to first was close. Coming in with a good play was their right fielder, but now we have the bases loaded and we just keep hitting the ball. Second hit of the day for Adriana Kaler, who is hitting .286 coming into today's play. And that's going to bring up our shortstop, Gabby Jones. And there's going to be a timeout on the field. We might see a pitching change, or at least a thought about a pitching change for Murphy, as again, Schwalm has thrown a lot of pitches today. She has given up 8 runs, and most of those have been earned runs. Even though there have been a couple of errors here and there, especially at second base today for Murphy, as we have hit the ball hard. Our Lady Devils have hit it hard all day, and it's paid off with 8 runs here. It looks like Coach Dwight Henry might just be talking to his girls. Look, got the bases loaded. Let's calm down. Let's get the out and get out of this inning. That's what he's telling his girls right now. We just got to get 1 out and get out of this mess. Otherwise, our Lady Devils are going to have another run or 2. And Gabby Jones is digging in to do just that. Foul ball. She takes a big cut at it. Again, over in baseball, our boys lead 5-3. And now they move to the top of the 5th inning. Swain over Murphy 5-3, top of the 5th in baseball. We're in the bottom of the 4th here. And our Lady Devils lead Murphy 8-4. Pitch in from Schwalm. Gabby, there's another base. No, that one hung up too much. I thought it was going to be over the head of the shortstop, but she went back and got it. And so we leave the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 4th inning, but we have an 8-4 lead. We'll be right back. And so welcome back. We go to the 5th inning here in softball. Our Lady Devils now with our biggest lead of the day, an 8-4 lead over the Lady Bulldogs of Murphy. And another great matchup. Ground ball to third base. Can we do it at first? Yes, Shani Katalster pulls it in. And a bullet from our third baseman, Adriana Kaler, as she guns it right over there. Good arm. And 1 down. So Murphy trying to come back here on the top of the 5th inning. Let's see if we can hold them down. We have been hitting the ball really well. That's been the difference in this ball game. We have hit it really well. Now batting is going to be another hard shot. This one foul, as Coach Dwight Henry had to jump out of the way off the bat of Lauren Allen, who got a base hit herself last time. Elizabeth Wiley is going to be on deck, and hey, we can't talk about our ladies hitting the ball, but Murphy has hit it also very well this afternoon. Both teams have been aggressive at the plate. The only difference, Murphy scoreless in the top of the 1st and also in the top of the 4th. Our Lady Devils have scored every inning. As we have a brief timeout as there's a foul baseball coming into the softball field. And the good thing is everybody always yells when one of the balls from the other field comes wandering over into their playing field. There's a high fly left field, and we've got it. Good job out in left field out there. Pulling it in for out number 2 is Aaron Jenkins. Another one of those young sophomores. 2 down now. Murphy on the verge of being scoreless here in the 5th. And if you're a Lady Devil fan, that's all right. And sitting now is going to be Elizabeth Wiley. Wiley had a big double last time. She hit one to the fence a moment ago as her last time up. So both teams have had their share of well-hit balls here this afternoon. But again, it's the runs that count. 8-4, we lead. Pitch in, down to second base. On over to first, inside, and I tell you what, our second baseman has got to be getting one of our defensive MVPs of the day. Sydney Call has been on the spot with some really good play at second base. It's a 1-2-3 inning. Murphy goes scoreless, and we go to the bottom of the 5th, and we have an 8-4 lead. We'll be back in just a moment. Here we go in the bottom of the 5th inning again. Good softball and baseball going on here today at Swain County High School, and plenty left. Matter of fact, if you're listening in live here this afternoon, we invite you to come on up and get in on the final innings. We still have a lot to go. We're in the 5th here in softball. We lead 8-4. They're in the 5th in baseball, and we lead 5-3. But Murphy just scored a run, and here comes another run. And Murphy, I think, just tied it at 5-5 in the top of the 5th inning. So, man, there's a lot of good action going on here this afternoon. Two good games between 4 good teams. Pitch in now. Schwam is still pitching this afternoon. J.C. Schwam pitching for Murphy in the circle today. But again, we've put 8 runs on the board. There's another well-hit ball. This one's going to be over the head of the center fielder. Rounding first, coming into second with at least a stand-up double. Rounding second, now coming on into third safely with a triple. What a shot. What a shot. Our Lady Devils get it done here. And again, a well-hit ball, and that's off the bat as we've had a substitute. That's Alicia Green. Alicia has come in, and wow, what a hit. As she hit that one again to the fence out there in center field. We've had a 3-run homer today for Murphy, but that's our first triple of the day for our Lady Devils. We've had a couple of doubles. That's easy to say 3 times, devil doubles, but we've had a couple of those, but that's our first triple today. And again, Alicia Green, she just tagged it. And she didn't have the wind that maybe some of those earlier balls had that might have helped them. The wind has kind of died down a little bit. There's a foul ball. This one off the bat of Briar Buchanan, who has done a good job in center field today. Briar has hit a fielder's choice grounder to second, grounded out the third and 2 times. And there's a grounder to shortstop who can't handle it. A run will score, and it's a 9-4 Lady Devil lead. So again, just being brutally honest, the Murphy defense has not backed up their pitcher the way our Lady Devil defense has. Our Lady Devil defense has been really solid today, but I can't say that for the Murphy girls. Their defense has struggled at times, allowing a few unearned runs across the plate, but it's a 9-4 Lady Devil lead now. Briar Buchanan down at first base. She takes off on the first pitch, and she is going to be in safely at second base. Pitch a throw down to second a little high from their catcher, Cassie Coker. Check that now at the plate. It's going to be our top of the lineup, Carrie Jones. So let's see if we can keep the hits coming. We have really hit the ball well today. Pitch in high. It's almost like they wanted to throw to second, but they get it back to the pitcher. So with a run here in the 5th inning now, again, we have scored in every inning today. We had 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and now 1 in the 5th. And now we go down to third with another ball that got by the catcher. So now down at third base, Briar Buchanan already. Wow, I was just looking at the scoreboard. Ground ball to second, and it gets through again. It has been a struggle at second base today for the Lady Bulldogs. Another run is in, and now down at first base is Carrie Jones. And believe it or not, if we score 4 more runs here in this inning, this ball game is over. And I cannot recall, there may have been one, but I cannot recall a 5-inning Swain Murphy softball game. I have not seen one, I can say that. Throw down to second is a little off target. And down to second, we talked about that aggressive base running, and Carrie Jones just proves that point as she slides in safely at second in a 10-4 Swain High lead. Digging back in is going to be Erin Jenkins. Erin grounded out last time. Our left fielder, again, she has played a good game today defensively. Our defense has been outstanding. We have been making plays all over the field today. Center field, right field, left field. I think everybody's been in on the action. I think especially at second base, and I can't say that enough. Our second baseman today has just been stellar, talking about Sydney Call. But all the girls have made plays defensively. Pitch in for a ball. Over on the baseball diamond, Murphy has regained the lead now, 6-5, as they're batting with a runner on third and 2 out in the top of the 5th inning. So a whale of a game going on there. We've just, as I mentioned a moment ago, some really good softball and baseball. And now Coach Dwight Henry comes back out, and I think we may see a pitching change this time. As Dwight Henry is back in the circle meeting with his ladies, and we might see a change. We might not, but that's what I anticipate here in the 5th inning with a 10-4 lead. I think Swain has just thrown a lot of pitches today. Again, her defense has struggled a little bit. And so it's been a tough afternoon, and we have really hit the ball very well. And they are going to make a pitching change, and while they do that and do some warm-ups, we'll take a break, and we'll be right back. And here we go, back to live action as again Murphy has decided to make a pitching change, and coming on to pitch now is going to be number 9, and that is going to be Rachel Dean coming on to pitch. Rachel Dean is going to be pitching now for the Lady Bulldogs, and there's a grounder right to her, and believe it or not, that's going to be the first out of the inning, but we get another run across the plate. That's 3 runs here in the 5th. Yes, it is the 5th inning, 11-4. Our Lady Devils with a 7-run lead now. 11-4. And only 1 out. And we have a runner at third. So, again, we just continue to hit the ball here this afternoon. And digging back in again is going to be Shanika Tolster. And there's a threat of some sprinkles in the air. As a matter of fact, it is. We're getting a few sprinkles here this afternoon. Wow. There's a pop right back to the pitcher, and she can't handle it. It's off her glove and down at first safely, and another run is in. It's just been that kind of a day for our Lady Devils. We can do no wrong. As scoring from third base, hustling all the way down there was Erin Jenkins, I believe, number 25. As again, Shanika Tolster popped that one up. Pitcher couldn't quite get the glove on it, and it's going to wind up and be another run. So now it's a 12-4 Lady Devil lead with a runner on first and still only 1 out. There's a ground ball to second base, on over to first, and the throw is no good. The runner will move on to third, and again, it has been a defensive struggle today for Murphy, and not being critical at all, but just being fair to the Murphy pitchers. I know we have hit the ball very well, but the defense has struggled today for the Lady Bulldogs, and that is just another error. That's all you can say. 12-4 lead. Runners now at first and third. Pitch in. Heading on down to second base. No throw. And a good work by Taylor Schuler. Our right fielder has had a good day today. I tell you, I'm not sure what Toby Burrell might say in the post game. He's going to try to come up and talk to us on the post game, but got to be very proud of his pitching. Got to be very proud of his defense. Among other things, base running has been outstanding today. But we are getting a few sprinkles. There's a ground ball right up the middle, and that's going to be at least one more run. And the throw is going to be coming into the pitcher. And again, it has been a big 5th inning. It's now 13-4. Another base hit, and this game is over. That is a base hit off the bat of Adriana Kaler, who is hitting just under 300 on the day. And again, Joe Holt and I might be seeing history. Again, I was just talking on the air. I can't remember a 5-inning Swain Murphy game. Didn't expect one today, but we have just knocked the cover off the ball. Runner going on down to second. No throw. Runners now at second and third. We have 1 out. Over in baseball, to bring you up to date, it's a 6-5 Murphy lead in the 6th inning. Top of the 6th inning over there. We're at such a good point here. All right, here we go. Back to live action. Pitch in for a strike. Gabby Jones batting. Our shortstop, who has had a really solid day defensively as well. Pitch in for a ball. But again, both teams undefeated in conference play. Murphy 5-0 in conference play with 3-0. Hiawassee Dam is 3-0. We play at Hiawassee Dam on Thursday. Ground ball to the shortstop. Can handle it. Run is in. Ball game is over. 14-4. And I'm not sure if they stop it at this point or if we complete the inning. But normally in 5, when it's a 10-run game, it's over. So I'm not sure what the ruling is here. We may complete the inning. I'm not sure. I thought that was it, but I'm apparently wrong. But I'm used to that, so that does not surprise me at all. Runners on first and third. Pitch in. Runners start to go. Runner at third holds. And hustling on down to second base is going to be Gabby Jones. But again, our Lady Devils with a 14-4 lead over the Murphy girls. Down at third base. Potentially getting ready to score is Adriana Kaler. Swing and a miss. Batting again is going to be Alicia Green, who had a big triple. She's the one that started all this here in the 5th inning. And it has been an outstanding 5th inning, obviously. There is a well-hit ball, but it's going to be drifting foul right at us down the first baseline. This has been a 6-run 5th inning so far. We led 8-4 coming into the inning, and we have put 6 on the board, and it's still sprinkling rain. There's a shot that's going to be into the outfield. Another run is in. That makes it 15-4, and our Lady Devils are just rocking and rolling here this afternoon. Alicia Green has had 2 hits here in the same inning, and it's a 7-run 5th inning. And again, if you're a Lady Devil fan, you just got to love it. But I can't remember a game like this in this series between these two conference rivals. But obviously the ruling is complete the inning. It's not over when the 10-run difference is attained. At the plate now is going to be Briar Buchanan, grounded to third last time, our center fielder. And now the Murphy girls want to talk among themselves, not a coaches meeting, so they're just trying to decide maybe where they're going to go with the play. As again, it's a 15-4 Lady Devil offensive onslaught today. We have just we started with 1 in the first inning, a 1-0 first inning, and we're like, okay, here comes Murphy Swain typical tight softball. Then Murphy came and blasted a 3-run homer, and this one is over. They have decided it is over. It's a 15-4 Lady Devil win, and that's the way it's going to end here. And again, I cannot remember. I'll try to ask Toby Burrell if he can, but I don't remember any Swain Murphy game going the way this one has gone this afternoon. But we have just knocked the cover off the ball. Our defense has been outstanding. Our pitching from Carrie Jones was on the spot, and we win to go now 4-0 in conference play, giving Murphy their first conference loss at 5-1 in conference play. So now we are tied unofficially with Hiawassee Dam for first place in the conference. A baseball update before we take a break. In the 6th inning, it's Murphy 6, Swain 5. But a lot of baseball still to go as they have 1 out in the top of the 6th inning and the bases are empty. We'll come right back and talk with Coach Toby Burrell in just a moment. Hi, everybody. Welcome back as our Lady Devils have put the finishing touches on what a fantastic win here. I can't remember a 15-4 win that we've ever beaten Murphy in softball in 5 innings. It was just outstanding. And one of our first guests here on the postgame show, Adriana Kaler. Adriana, a senior. What does the senior leadership mean to this team? There are 3 seniors, and y'all had big days. What does the senior leadership mean to this team?
It's mainly just experience, because since we do have such a young team, we don't have many people that do have the experience. So, and since we all get along so well, we're able to be out there and lift them up and get them out of holes.
Yeah. Now I'm going to ask you, and probably your teammates as well. You're a senior. Can you remember a game that we were this dominant over Murphy?
No.
Me neither.
No.
I mean,
not in my 4 years.
We've played them so many years, and it's always like a one-run game, and it's always close, isn't it?
Yep.
But how does it feel to be undefeated in conference play coming into this game today?
Amazing.
So
that was great.
It's a good
exactly
feeling.
what we wanted.
Yeah. Now you got High-Washington coming up on Thursday if it doesn't rain. So does this win over Murphy today give you some confidence going into that game?
I think it boosted everybody's confidence a little bit, because we all knew that they were ready to play coming in, and so were we.
Yeah, they were. It's great talking to you, and I know we're going to pass the headset on now. Who wants to step up next and pull on the headset? Looks like we're going to have Taylor pulling on the headset next. All right. So hey, it's really not as bad as it seemed, is it, Adriana? It's really not that bad. Taylor, what a game today. We were just talking, as you heard, with Adriana, but do you remember a game like this against the Murphy Bulldogs?
No, it's always been very close, and we've always been very competitive with each other. So it was good to come out here and dominate like that. It's a good feeling.
It really was, as we mentioned on the broadcast several times, because we've done a lot of Murphy Swain broadcasts. It's always a one-run game. It seems like it's in the bottom of the 7th inning, or it's in the top of the 8th inning, or there's extra innings. But coming into the game, did you really think you were going to hit the ball this well like you did today?
I was just we had practiced a lot, and we had practiced staying slow. And so I was confident that if I did what I did in practice, that I would hopefully was going to be successful.
Hey, well, you were, and what a win today. And again, High-Washington coming up on Thursday, weather permitting. So I know this has to be a good feeling, winning today, getting ready for that game.
It is.
So now, are you used to playing 2 pressure-packed games in 1 week? So.
Yeah, usually this tends to happen somehow. We end up with games like this in 1 week, but I think it builds us up and it gets us ready, and we are already feeling pressure, so we don't have to go into playoffs so nervous feeling.
Hey, well, I tell you what, playing for the Swain High Lady Devils, I think excellence is a tradition that you girls have built. So you got to be really proud of this team, because you girls did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Taylor. All right, we got one more to go, and this lady that had the big right arm today in the pitcher's circle, as Carrie steps in and pulls on the headset. Carrie, we talked about this all day long. You have got to be so proud of the way your defense played today.
Definitely. I couldn't do anything without my team backing me up.
And because we saw on the other side of the field, and I'm not being critical at all, but Murphy had some problems today defensively. We didn't have those problems, and as you saw, that was a big factor in this game, wasn't it?
Exactly. I couldn't have done anything that I do without my team backing me up.
Yeah. Now, coming into this game, were you feeling good? Were you feeling confident pitching against Murphy, because you looked really, really superb?
I felt pretty confident, especially after the past few games pitching. I felt ready to go. And, of course, like I said, my team just makes me feel ready to go, because I know they can handle anything. Yeah.
Well, we talked about this, talking about the senior leadership. I know you as a senior, you want that leadership, you welcome that leadership, and it's really important to this team and these younger players, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
And you come from a softball family, so you love softball, obviously.
Yeah, it's my favorite sport by far. So.
But what a win today, 15-4. Just a fantastic job, and you girls deserve all the congratulations in the world, because that was a fantastic game out there today.
Thank you.
And keep pitching well. You're undefeated in conference play.
Thank you.
All right, thank you too, Carrie. And now we're going to get to Coach Toby Burrell, who has, I think he's had media sessions with these ladies, because y'all did a fantastic job on the microphone. But Coach Burrell, and you could probably add to this, but really, I cannot remember a 5-inning Swain Murphy game. There might have been one at some point in the past, but I just can't recall one at all.
You put me on the spot. I don't remember one.
I don't either.
To be honest with you, but that wasn't our goal coming in. We wanted to notch a win. We knew it was going to be tough, and you don't get to be 5-0 in the conference without being pretty good. And they're young, and we knew if we our motto all year has been to apply pressure. We want to put pressure on the other team, and eventually we feel like they'll crack, and we did a great job of that today. And the way we want to do that is by not striking out, and I think we had a real good day at the plate with that and putting the ball in play. And I really was pleased with the fact that not only did we put it in play, we put it in play hard, and that's always a plus too. Some of those balls that they misplayed were well hit. They were hit really hard, and we're doing a great job putting the bat on the ball right now. And our contact ratio is something we stress to these girls, and they probably know that more than they know their batting average. And they know they want to be above 90% with contact ratio, meaning they're making contact 90% of the time. And we had about 6 regulars at that point going into today, and that probably went up a little bit today. I don't remember, but maybe 1 all day. And so what that tells me is we're having good quality at bats. We're being smart with what we're doing. We're being aggressive in counts you should be aggressive in, and we're making contact in counts that you should be making contact in. And defensively, we struggled a little bit early on in the season, but really and truly it was all just a matter of getting these girls out here on the field and practice. That's all it amounted to. We had a team meeting at one point after a loss, and that's basically what they said to us is, Coach, we need some time on the field. And it was raining that day, so we couldn't do it that day, but we've had some sunshine, and that sure helps. And it just goes, it's our philosophy, and we really believe in it. But when we go and play North Henderson and we play Pisgah, and we're playing these teams that are absolutely outstanding softball teams, and we're losing, people shouldn't read a whole lot into that. We still got a good team. We're going to be around for the long haul. And all that does is just give so many lessons in the game of softball to our kids that they can carry into games like this. After that home run, it would have been easy for Carey to have gotten down on the mound or our defense to got down. And we were down in the ball game. We've not trailed in any conference game this year, and it would have been easy to have just said, oh, gosh, what's going to happen? But what happens is what's happened so many times with these 3. The next at bat, one of them comes up and has a big hit to lead our team. And that's the way they lead us. They lead with their actions on the field, and it's just been tremendous. After the loss to North Henderson, the 3 of them were combined 8 for 10 the next game out against Hayesville, and Carey threw a no-hitter. And it's just time after time after time again that they come up big for our team and for these young girls, and they see that time and time again, and it really helps them relax and know that everything's going to be all right.
Yeah. Well, Coach, you hit the nail on the head talking about consistency, because we scored in every inning. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, 1 in the third, 3 in the fourth, and then here in the 5th inning. Wow, they just couldn't get us out.
No, they couldn't, and I'll be honest with you, our girls looked at the scoreboard and they said, hey, we're just 2 away or 4 away or whatever we were from ending this thing, and that sort of became the goal all of a sudden, and next thing you know, there it was. So, I think that's the thing that pleases me the most is we were able to scratch in every inning and get something across, and the fact that we had to come from behind, that was really big. It was real big. This is a rivalry game, no matter how you color it for either team. It's a rivalry game. We don't like losing to each other, and to fall behind the way we did with a big long 3-run homer and to respond that inning, the next at bat, that was huge. I felt like at the time when she hit it out, I was like, well, it's early. I think I'm pretty sure we can battle back from that, because we hit the ball well. You should see some of our batting practice. These girls could tell you it's crazy. There's balls flying everywhere. They just crush the ball. And they'll be the first to tell you, too, Alicia Green, who hit that triple, she hit, 2 home runs this week in practice? The first player we've had to hit a home run in batting practice was her. And so we felt like as a catching staff we needed to give her an at-bat, and she comes through with a big triple, just hustling all the way. And, you're up 10, you don't have to hustle like that, but she was hustling. She was trying to contribute, and just hats off to everybody. It was a great win for our kids.
Talking about the defense, I know, to me, one play that was kind of funny and epitomized the way we played defense. Sydney Call at second base just had a solid game at second base, and one of the plays she made, the ball popped out of her glove, and she actually caught it with her elbow.
Yeah.
But we just had some great plays out there.
Well, she's an outstanding defensive player, and all of our kids know that. They see her every day in practice, and they know what she's capable of, and she's a dandy. We really would like it if everybody hit balls to her. That would make us pretty happy, because she's awful solid, and I think Taylor's to the point now where she just calls and lets her have anything shallow in front of her. But she's got a great, outstanding range, and I think she's obviously a linchpin in our defense, but our infield defense is very, very strong. Adriana was willing to move to third this year from shortstop, and she's been excellent over there. She has really been outstanding. And matter of fact, we moved her back for part of one game, and she looked at me after and said, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to go back to third. And
a great arm over there.
And Gabby and Shaney have been outstanding too in the time that they've been out there. And you know, the best part about this is the longer we play, the more this defense is going to gel and get better as we move along.
Yeah, and on that particular play, I know Taylor was right beside Sydney over there. If the ball had popped out, I think she could have got it. She was that close.
I think they were going to flip a coin to see who was going to catch that one before it was over with.
But a great start to 4-0 in conference play and a job well done. A really, really big win today.
Well, we appreciate it.
And fans, that's going to wind it up again. A 15-4 Lady Devil win over Murphy today in softball and baseball. It's still going on in the 6th inning, as you can see in the background. Great game here, 6-5. Murphy leads in the 6th inning, but that game has been back and forth as well. And hopefully our Maroon Devils can pull that one out. Join us next time as we'll have lots more broadcasting fun right here on the Maroon Devils Network.